Welcome, welcome. I'm Terry at Holding Your Space, and this is the beautiful, the special Aley from Heart and Soul Connected. Oh, we're both wearing blue. Are we both wearing our pearls?
I don't have my pearls to clutch today, but this says I am enough. So it's similar. Yes.
Oh, I love
Yes.
that. I love
I,
that. I've
I
got my
I
pearls
don't take
on.
this off. I leave it on all the time. Yep.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
beautiful. I've got my pearls in my big circle thing. It's
Ooh. Is it a
it's
coin?
yeah, it's crushed or stamped buffalo nickels.
Ooh. Oh, Buffalo nickels. How cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
it's
have
lovely.
it's a necklace that's also Roman, a piece of Roman glass from a long time ago. And it's
Wow,
blue. It's beautiful. It's fun. It's something fun and different. So I love that you have that buffalo nickels. That's cool.
thanks,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it too.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Um,
Not wood.
so yeah, so today we are doing oracles and archetypes, everybody,
Mhm.
and so it ought to be fun. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's instructional, and sometimes it's just
Today it's
silly.
half and half. Yeah.
Yeah, today it's balanced, definitely
Yep.
balanced. Heavenly Blessed Honey, Sonya's new channel that she's gonna start,
Oh,
right? Does
wow.
that just knocks me over.
That's beautiful. That's
Completely knocks
what a
me over.
name. Yeah.
Yeah, I
When
love it so
when are
much.
you starting it, honey? Oh gosh.
Yeah, let us know when you start it so
Yeah.
we can have you on. And
Yeah.
anybody that has the channel that I haven't had on, let me know
Yep.
because, I wanna, you know, share with everybody. I'm gonna
Absolutely.
in fact, I'm gonna share this real quick, because I haven't yet, and then I'll have it live.
Okay.
Live now. Okay, there we go. And do this, don't do that. Won't you change my name? That's it, basically. So,
Okay. That isn't that a song? Do this, don't do that. Do, 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 do. Oh well.
uh-huh,
I
there is. Do this, don't do that.
do, do,
I
do,
don't know the
do,
rest of it though.
do.
I can dance to it. I was
That's
such a
right.
bad I was this is what a naughty mom I was to my daughter. I
Mhm.
nobody in my family is musical. No one.
Uh-huh.
Like
Yep.
sisters and brothers, huge family. My aunt plays the drums. She's 90 years old and she plays the drums. She's the only one.
Wow.
And I told her that we were the dancers. We weren't the singers.
Okay.
And it turns out she's a singer. Like she's doing, she has
Oh.
open mic. She plays in a band sometimes, and
Uh-huh.
she's anyway. I was, yeah. What you tell
Yeah.
your children that you're like, I
Oh,
don't know
my
what I
children were totally destroyed by having me as their mother. I mean, I took
right?
my son and his best friend when they were in, I think they were freshmen in high school, to go see George Carlin.
Oh shoot.
Oh, yeah. And then when my son was in the 10th grade, he had to write a paper about the most influential person in his life, and it was George Carlin.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you loved
I
him.
let my 6-year-old. Um, my husband was on a fishing trip, and we laid in bed and watched Gremlins
Oh,
on
wow.
TV. She never got out of our bed, not for another 3 months.
Another
That was
3 months. Yes.
yeah,
I get it.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
brilliant.
didn't kill him. My son is great, and actually, remember he was in improv for about 10 years in Chicago, so it
Wow.
influenced him in a lot of ways, and he was glad he did that stint, even though he didn't, get on Saturday Night Live or anything. Yeah.
It's gotta give him a lot of confidence, doesn't it, to get up in front of people?
Yes, it does. And you run no lines, it's whatever spontaneously happens.
Yeah,
Amazing.
I'm always so impressed by them, especially, Chicago is such a hotbed for
Oh, it is, yeah.
talent. Yeah,
Yeah, it definitely is. Uh-huh.
yeah. So, we can say hi to a few people. Heart and
Sure.
Soul Connected is here today. Jill Sinanan? How do you pronounce that? Sinanan?
Bananas. Bananas. Yep.
Sinanan.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
okay. Christine Fryer, hello. Bora Bora. Julie Hamill, J. Marcus, Heavenly Blessed Honey. I love that, Sonia.
I know, that's really good. Yep.
Yeah,
Hagu Grader.
Christine.
Hagu
Rossi.
Graders.
Yeah, Teresa, the other Teresa.
Uh-huh.
And
Rossi. Mhm.
Rossi's here. Alina. I love
Mm,
that. Alina
that's a
Garcia.
beautiful
That's
name.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like music. That's a singer's
Yeah.
name.
It is. It
Yeah.
is.
Julie
Yeah.
Hamill,
Uh-huh.
Harley, Stephanie McFadden.
Nice to
Oh,
see
nice to
you.
see you, Stephanie. I have
Yes.
a dear friend, Mary McFadden.
Ah, what do you know?
It's
That's great.
not a yeah, that's kind of an unusual name. And the other Teresa, we have 3 Teresas present currently.
3
It's a
Teresas.
Balthazar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Teresas. So, my
Mhm.
given name is Teresa, but it's only used when I'm in trouble at this point. Um, my legal name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lori's here, and I think Jill Aquila's here, and Laura Hammond. Okay,
Yeah.
CJ.
Anya,
Anja.
DJ.
Yeah,
It's Anya.
it's
Anya.
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 Okay, thank
Yep,
you.
it's
I think I
okay. It took
butchered it once.
me many days to learn all these names. Yep.
Good
Hello
golly.
there.
She's been in
Oh,
the car all day long.
what are you
3rd time
doing?
I'm
What are you
tuning in
doing,
to
girl?
hear yeah,
Oh, oh, okay.
it must be with the dogs. So,
Okay. Hi, Flowing. Flowing's
yeah,
here. Yeah.
flowing. Mary Starshine's here.
Hi,
Oh,
Mary.
hey,
Yes.
there we go. And if we didn't
Oh,
say hi,
and
Cheryl.
Cheryl. Yep. I think we got everybody.
I
Yeah.
think we can just do this all day long, say hi to everybody. So,
Uh-huh.
anyway,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
fun.
Thank you.
Um, yeah, it's God. So all this energy coming in, it's nice to have a show like this and we can just get
Yeah.
kinda
It
lost in
brings us up. Yep. Yep.
yeah,
It's
history
it's
and
and
fun.
and of course, we got the long weekend. I'm not traveling. My daughter and her husband and her dog are taking the ferry over to, the islands, and they found a place that will take the dog in, and they're gonna spend the weekend there, and I with all her books, she's a book nerd. So it was I'm staying right here, and I'm doing shows. I have a
Yeah.
members meeting tomorrow, and then I have a show with Dr. Ian, and so it's just gonna be busy. Yeah, shout out show, Cheryl. That's
Oh, I
right.
like that, Cheryl. I never thought
Yeah.
of that. That's a great idea.
Mhm.
So, that's gonna be fun. I love having, holidays like that where you don't do anything and you
I
just
know.
ring.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
You're just crawling like a snail. Oh, that's all right. I had to have Keith work on my back. I couldn't get out of bed this morning, just full of achiness. And I know it has to do with the energies. It's exhausting. So
Yeah, I had, severe stomach cramps yesterday, and it just
oh,
came out of the blue like I was giving birth.
oh dear.
And then it was
That's
just
no
like
good.
I know, and I was just leaning over on my dresser going, "Oh," standing
Oh,
up, and my daughter came in, "Mom, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Well, it hurts a little."
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Christine Fryer, your 8th grade teacher had you
Oh yeah.
read Great Expectations.
Yeah. I read it in ninth grade. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Um,
read it back then.
I liked it. It was okay, but there are other Dickens novels I like better. And
Yeah,
the one I really like is A Tale of Two Cities. It's just different. And I also like one called Mrs. There's one about a woman actually, and he didn't write about a lot of women. So
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I loved Dickens. I liked, not Tolstoy, what's the one that starts with a T? It sounds kind of Russian. Anyway, I liked him.
Okay.
There were a lot of them.
Hmm.
I loved historical fiction growing up. That was one of my
Hmm.
favorites.
Yeah, mine
And
too. Mine too. Yeah.
yeah, somebody was
Did you
talking
read
about
Jane Eyre or yeah, that's another one of these books that has a primary person in it going through it. Yeah. I got
um,
into reading more American lit because I am a world lit person. I don't usually read American lit. I don't usually like American lit. But my tastes change over time. So yeah. It's fun to sneak one of those books in though. We tend to read fluffy stuff now, Or we might read a book like I'm reading Rachel Maddow's book, and it's fabulous. She's a great writer, but it's nonfiction. It's not really a story about anybody. So
Yeah. It's,
Mhm.
I found that, okay, after trauma, sometimes it's harder to read. Like after my husband died,
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I had a really hard time reading. And now I'll read nonfiction, but I haven't read fiction for a long time. My daughter keeps throwing these kind of sexy dragon books at me. They're kind of love interest, you know.
I get it. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Did you ever read the Outlander series? Have you read that?
I did. I read it
Okay.
before they made it into a show,
Yeah,
and
I've
I
read
loved
all
those.
of them. I've read
Yeah,
not 8 of them, and there's a ninth one she's working on right now. So yeah, yeah,
yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, if you like poetry, Lori, that's wonderful. Jay,
Oh,
you've been having cramps. Oh, no, Rossi, I don't have my book club anymore because it was really difficult. I had like 30 people interested, and maybe only about 4 or 5 would show up. And it got to be a little daunting. But if the interest is there, I'd be happy to do it again. I just need people to let me know. Um, yeah, it's a lot of fun to talk about books. It makes it more fun than just reading them, I think. So,
yeah,
yeah.
it
Oh, good,
does.
Christine. Yeah, it's a good book.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
really good.
But I agree
Okay.
with you. You can't be thinking about novels and stuff when you're in grief. It just doesn't. Yeah, it's hard to do that. Well, I
It's
understand. Yeah.
Yeah, it is hard, and I don't know
Mm.
about anybody else if everything changed after the pandemic or during the pandemic too,
Uh-huh.
but I went to lighthearted things,
Uh-huh. Yes.
like everything had
Uplifting
to
things.
be.
It's
Yeah.
funny you mention that because I have a student working on a paper right now. His name is Booker, and he's an African American guy, and he's doing the Black Lives Matter movement. And there were different iterations of it. But I said to him, one of the things that really brought the movement out more was the pandemic. We didn't have anything else to do, and we watched what was going on. And it was around the time of the election and all of that stuff kind of just, I said, because we hear about these things of other people that are African American that have been killed or hurt, but you don't hear about it like you did that. That was
Yeah,
something else. Yeah,
that was something else. That was
yeah,
really amazing
it
time,
was.
and,
It was. Mhm.
um, and it was in a way, I think it helped it that it was outdoors, all the activities, like all the marches and
That's true.
everything.
That's
There,
true.
like you said, there wasn't anything else to do, so the marches, a lot of people were walking and doing all
Yeah.
that, and
Yep.
that was like,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Or we could watch the YouTube and then start a channel. That happened too.
That did, oh my god, it was like, heaven brought you at Christmas. It was just like
Yeah.
everybody was here, all the teachers, all the
Yeah. And it was free.
everyone. It
It
was
was free. And it
free.
was, yeah.
It
Uh-huh.
Unbelievable, and then everybody started thinking, "Well, I can make a dime on that," and not everybody, I mean, and
Right, right.
and there is
Yeah.
an exchange of energy, but yeah, now it's like, "For $2,000, you can be in my membership committee." So, anyway.
$100,000. Remember?
Was that Mike Myers?
Yes, what's his face? Dr. Evil.
Yeah, Arthur,
Yeah.
yeah, he was
Oh,
so
I know,
funny.
Jay. I do know the Black Lives Matters movement is not what people think it is. Yeah. And
Yeah,
it's changed over time as well. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it wasn't, yeah,
Hi, Greg. Nice to see
it was
you.
beautiful.
Yeah. Jay, that's a beautiful
Well,
picture of you, my dear. Yeah.
that
Very,
is
very
absolutely
nice.
stunning, Jay.
It
Yeah.
is, Jay. Yeah, it's
Everybody's
beautiful.
everybody's updating their pictures here. Hey, Denise Lynn.
I think I'll go
Um,
down. I'll put up the picture when I was 34.
why not?
Why
Hey,
not,
why
right? It
not?
was me. It's me, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Own it.
Own it.
Work
That's
it.
right. Own it.
Yeah. Harley
Oh,
says, "I love the Outlander series, have read them all." We'd be called Sashinish
Sassenach. Yeah, Sassenach.
Session.
Yeah.
Is that it? Oh, I don't
That's
know how
his
to
name, James
pronounce
Alexander Malcolm Mackenzie Fraser.
it. Oh, yeah, Be Still My Heart.
I know.
Yeah. He's a stunning man. Yeah.
I worry
Right?
yes, we are wearing blue. Yeah, thank you, honey.
We
I
just
love
noticed
you.
that.
Yeah, and look at your avatar, it's gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
isn't that beautiful? That's a rose.
Mhm.
I thought it was a planet, Warrior Girl, when I saw it earlier.
Well, could be.
Yeah, the rose planet. That's where I
Mhm.
wanna be from.
Right.
But, yeah,
I
34 was not too shabby, right,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Christine?
It was okay. I don't wanna go back, but I did my 30s were okay. I think I've had more fun though, quite honestly, since I've been about 55 to now. Yeah, it's really been
Yeah,
a better shape.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's been our time. Our
that's right.
time.
Our
Yeah,
time.
yeah. We made it. Hey,
We made
Ness, how you doing? Yeah, long time. Have you been on vacation, Ness? Are you traveling?
She's been
So
writing, 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 writing.
oh,
She's
good.
been doing
She's getting
yeah,
her done.
she's getting it done. Yeah.
Well,
So I
good.
guess that's a good segue for me to talk about my archetype today, correct?
Yes, please.
All right. So at the very, very beginning of this, I posted a bunch of stuff because my printer doesn't work, and I thought, well, I can put some of this up, but unfortunately, if you're on Terry's channel, you can't see it. But I'm going to read it anyway. So there you go. So,
Okay.
what I'm going to talk about is something you probably have done in your life. Oh, there you go, which is to read a Bildungsroman. It's a German word, and it's a novel that deals with a person's formative years and their spiritual education. So, it fits lovely into this whole entire paradigm. So, modern day iteration of this would be Harry Potter. And I have not read one Harry Potter book. I have no desire to read it, but there are a lot of people that have. And so I brought it up because I think that it's a good example of a coming of age story of Harry Potter and how he changes. And certainly his is very spiritual. So, you can see his is more magical actually because he gets magic and all that. I do know that about this. So the next part of what it says is it depicts and explores the manner in which the protagonist develops morally and psychologically. So the German word means novel of education or novel of formation. So I'm sitting in my first master's class and we're reading Don Quixote and other things. And Terry and I were just talking about some of these classic books when we were in high school. Who had time to read those? I don't want to read that. And yet she read all the ones her brothers got because they were more fun. But I remember ninth grade reading Great Expectations, and we had to talk about it and everything. I like some of his other novels, and what's important to know about Dickens is sometimes the reason it's so long and arduous to get through one of his is that he would get a penny per word. That's how he got paid, and
Oh,
he serialized them and had them put in newspapers so you could read like an episode a week because there's no TV. So, and then people would be waiting at the dock in America because, they might have come out in England, but they hadn't come out yet in America, and they'd be waiting for the next installment of this story. But in this story, there's Pip. Pip is a lonely kid, and he's kind of left on his own, but he does have a benefactor who ends up being a mentor to him. So this is not Pip, but this is his mentor, and he's just as important as Pip. And Pip is the one that ends up going through the coming of age, just like Harry Potter, just like some of the other books Jane Eyre is a perfect example. If you've read that book, Wuthering Heights. There's a lot of other books that I've read that are fabulous by Somerset Maugham, and he has a lot of these Bildungsromans. So I enjoy reading them. So what are the steps in the Bildungsroman book? There are 4 major steps. They include loss, then a journey, then personal growth through conflict, and then maturity. So it's always, there's another word for it in America that's called, oh, what is it? It's an Horatio Alger story. And it
oh,
was, you've
huh,
heard that, haven't you?
yeah.
Horatio Alger? Yeah. But it's usually how somebody grew up and was able to become very successful, like Elon or, and get a lot of money. So it's kind of the same. Although in this one, you're not necessarily focused on the money. It's more just the maturity that you've become this mature person through all your trials and tribulations. So I did put up Harry Potter and I put up Dickens, and there are others. If you've read Catcher in the Rye, that's one. There's a whole bunch of them. And you could even say some of the Outlander books are coming of age, although we don't start when Jamie was a baby. Usually starts when you're young and walks you through all the steps that you have until you're older. So, honestly, you could almost write your own Bildungsroman about yourself. Although we've all had some loss, and how that loss has extrapolated itself into all these other sections. So what kind of so I showed you the mentor was there, but what kind of archetypes does this young man have? The first one is he was an orphan. So it definitely usually is an orphan. I don't know if Harry Potter was an orphan, but I do believe Harry Potter was put
Oh, yeah,
into a school. It was an orphan. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So it's usually an orphan. A wounded child. It could be something happened. Certainly an orphan and wounding go together. He is a student to his mentor, and he learns from his mentor, and his mentor champions him. And he may not be very nice all the time, but some of that is because he wants him to grow and toughen up. We have the alchemist, because he moves from one type of person to another through his ages. We have the warrior, he finally becomes, and his own hero or heroine. There are women's stories as well. And that's probably would be included in Jane Eyre in some of those. So it's not just a boy. Yeah.
Pride and Prejudice. Yeah. Yeah. Anne of Green Gables. Ooh.
Oh, yes. Anne of Green Gables, definitely. She was an orphan. Doesn't she go live with her parents? I'm sorry, her aunt and uncle, I believe. Yeah.
That's right. Her aunt and uncle, and they're elderly, I think. And
they are elderly.
And
there's a series that is I've watched about it, Anne of Green Gables. It's really good on I don't know if it's Netflix or what, but it's on one of those.
I saw that on there. I haven't watched it yet. I think
pretty good.
Yeah, it's really good. I think my favorite costume of all time, Halloween costume. I had our neighbors and best friends at our old house. They were real big on Halloween, and it was also their wedding anniversary.
Oh,
so
that's cool.
I was Mrs. Haversham one year, and I just wore a bunch of tattered old pajamas and white hair.
That's wonderful. Miss Haversham, if you haven't read the book, Miss Haversham, she's going to get married and the guy never shows up, and she's in her wedding dress and she's got her wedding cake and everything, and she never touches anything. She stays in her wedding dress. She stays even when she's
cobwebs
old.
Everywhere. I had cobwebs on me, and nobody knew who I was. Even when I told them, they're like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I get it. That's awesome. I love that. That's great.
Yeah.
We should have a literary Halloween party, That would be fun, being a character,
That would be fun, being your favorite character in a book.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be really good. You could be Jamie, Craig. Or Jeff.
Probably. Yeah. I'd probably do better to be Claire, his wife, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, your granddaughter got married on Halloween. Oh, that's really cool, Lori.
Wow. I'll tell you what, they had more fun. I didn't know them at their wedding, but we had been neighbors before we were neighbors again, and later in life. So in my 20s, we were neighbors, and they did have wild parties. They had so much fun. Yeah, she was a teacher, of course. Yeah. So and she taught English, as a matter of fact. Yeah, she has a lot in common with you. A lot in common.
We're nerdy, but it's really helped my symbology skills and my analysis of things. That's one thing I can say. That when something comes up, it usually reminds me of a book or something I've read somewhere. So yeah. Hi, Jana. Nice to see you, Jana. I know you're driving. All right.
Oh, wow. Yeah, be careful. Yeah, I remember Trotsky.
Trotsky?
Trotsky. Yeah, that's it.
You're not thinking of Trollope. Are you?
Oh, maybe I am thinking of Trollope.
Because Trotsky was a political person with
Oh, yeah, not him.
Lenin. Yeah, Lenin.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 And
That's right.
I
It's probably Anthony Trollope that you're thinking
it
of.
is Anthony Trollope, and, did I mention I
Okay.
had learning disabilities and
No, 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 it's
none
fine.
of that ever comes
When
through?
I've had people come in, I worked at a bookstore and people would come in and they'd say, I need to read this book that is about this and that and this. And I'm like, oh, this one. And I hand them the book. I used to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And that was because I was reading a lot at that time. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
then you're in the flow and you just get
You're in
it.
the flow.
Boom, boom, boom.
That's right. Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna go
So
in
who you
who
got?
I am
Who you got?
doing.
Yeah.
Let me present,
Dun,
share
da, da, da.
screen, and I'm gonna find out which one that was. I think it is this one.
Okay.
Let me see. Share. Let's see, did that work?
I didn't see
I don't know
anything.
if it did or not. Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay.
Oh.
It's gonna be this one?
Oh,
Yeah, it's
Julie,
gonna be
that's good. Maid Marian. That's wonderful. I love that. Yeah.
Oh, never mind. That's not working, so I won't do
Okay.
her. Okay, but I will do her.
All right.
So she wore pearls. She was married. She had one child and then adopted later in life. She lived next door to her best friends. She was a homemaker while her
Mhm.
child was still at home, and then became a reporter. And I think she was also met her husband while she was a cigarette girl at a club.
Uh-huh.
And her name was Wilma. And her husband, Fred, used to call her name every time he walked in the door. Wilma!
Oh, she
James
never
Bond.
changed that dress. She must have had 14 of the same dress in the closet. Oh my.
Right? Yeah, yeah, she wore it. They called it a loincloth. So anyway, Wilma Flintstone. So Wilma's it was based on Alice Cramden and
Yeah.
Ralph
Oh, it
Cramden,
was? I
the
had no
honeymooners.
idea. Okay. That's
Yeah,
awesome. Yeah.
yeah. She came from Arkenstone. As a young adult, Wilma worked with Betty as a cigarette girl at the resort, where they met
Mhm.
and fell in love with their future husbands, Fred and Barney, who were working there as bellhops. She kept a beautiful prehistoric home with an elephant vacuum cleaner and a Pelican washing machine. She was a good cook, and one of her specialties was gravelberry pie, which she eventually sold to Safestone. I can't talk today.
Right.
Anyway, she became she started doing all sorts of things. So anyway, I just thought she was fun and everybody would like her. But I like the prehistoric thing. I like the dinosaurs. I like that he worked at the gravel pit and she had to bail him out all the time.
All the
She
time.
was
She
she
was
was the
always in
strong,
trouble. Yep.
oh, always in trouble. She was the strong one. She was
Mhm.
strong-willed. And like a lot of homemakers in that era, because I think she started in 1959, the Flintstones.
Yeah.
Um, it was like, homemakers were just, yeah, the man was in charge or whatever else. And so she was really the one that took care of the family, level-headed.
Uh-huh.
So it was interesting that she wore red lipstick because at the time there was a thing about red lipstick. Well, in the 50s it got better, but like in the 30s, women, I think it was illegal to wear red lipstick or something I was reading. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, they didn't want you wearing it. Maybe that was earlier than that. Anyway, I wrote that she was a virgin. I mean, even though she had a baby, you didn't see any hanky panky, any lovey
Yeah.
dovey. She
Right.
was a femme fatale with that outfit.
She was.
Amazing. And a Samaritan. She did a lot of volunteer work. She was a rescuer. She rescued Fred constantly.
True.
A mama. She was a mother, a good
Mhm.
mother to Pebbles. and a servant. She was taking care of everything. She was doing it all,
Everything.
baby.
She was.
Yeah, and the hero, the heroine, and the visionary. So she took care of the family. So like a
Was
lot of 50s housewives and
well, she
60s.
had Pebbles, but did she also have Bam Bam, or did Betty have Bam Bam? Do
Betty
you
had
remember?
Bam Bam.
Betty had Bam
Yeah,
Bam. Okay.
and
Okay.
Bam Bam and Pebbles got married. So,
No
yeah,
surprise there. Wow.
right? Yeah.
That's
So,
awesome. So all I can think of is if you've ever seen Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, John Candy and Steve Martin are on one of the things they're on is a bus.
yeah.
And he says, Neil Page, sing a song. And he sings 3 coins in a fountain. And nobody sings along. And so John Candy bails him out by saying, Flintstones, meet the
Meet the
Flintstones.
Flintstones. I remember that. We just
Yeah.
watched that again this year.
Oh, you did? Oh,
Christmas.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. And
yeah,
everybody on the bus sang that. And Neil Page was like, or Steve Martin's character was like, oh God,
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
oh.
yeah. It was fun.
Yeah.
Diana says, "What are these days, hours, straight to the moon?" Oh,
Mhm.
wow.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you
Anyway,
guys remember It's About Time? It's about time, it's about space, it's about people from a different place. And it was Stone Age, but it was Imogene Coca was in it. She's kind of a crazy gal. And it was on probably in the early 60s. And Keith is the only show he remembers except for like Gunsmoke and stuff. And he's always singing it.
I love that.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that fun? You remember it, Lori? Oh, good. Okay. It was a weird show. It was, yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
it
Roxy,
was
he
weird.
is. Yeah. Mhm.
I got to see him play banjo.
You have?
He
You saw him? Or
I
you
saw
got to?
him, he
Oh,
came we had this place called Cowtown Ballroom in KC,
yeah.
and it had, like, Mott the Hoople would come, I mean,
Oh,
Jethro Tull, all sorts of it
yeah.
was like Yippieville. It was
Mhm,
really good music, and he
mhm.
came as a warm-up act for somebody one time.
Oh, wow.
Played his
Really?
banjo, he sang, he had the white suit and the arrow through his head,
You
and
did?
everybody was like, "What's going on here? Why is he here?" And
Oh,
he was amazing. I mean, we're all on the floor by the end.
wow. Uh-huh. Yeah.
So,
I watched his, if you get a chance, watch his, documentary about him, because he's Steve Martin. I've seen it. It just came out. It's
really?
really good. It's really good. I can't tell you. I have all the channels because I can't get what I want on one of them, and I can't remember which one it's on. But I think if you just put Steve Martin documentary into Google, it should tell you
Yeah,
where it is. Yeah.
I'll look for it. Yeah. We just got, last night we subscribed again to Apple TV, and they've got a show with Carol Burnett in it and Kristen Wiig. I think it's called Palm Court,
Yep.
and we
Yep.
watched the beginning. Oh my God.
It's very funny. Carol doesn't say a word, but she's in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
It's
got to watch Dark Matter, though. Oh my God. I read the book, and the guy that wrote it is fabulous. His name is Blake Crouch, but it's about alternate realities.
Oh, like we don't know about those.
I
Hey, hey,
know.
hey, my best
Hey.
friend Sherry showed up, got a load to the storage locker. Here we go. Wow, such a
There
load.
you go,
Yeah,
Jen. There you go. Thank you,
and
Sherry. Yeah. Sherry,
that's
you're a good
awesome.
friend. You're a great
Yeah,
friend. Yeah.
amazing.
Oh.
Yeah, brought a joke
She
up.
was kind of crazy. And she was like funny looking. Phyllis Diller, but in a different type of crazy, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Phyllis Diller was that was like an acquired taste, I think, back then,
It
wasn't it?
was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then Joan Rivers came in, and that made it a little easier for a female
Mhm.
comic.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Harley. Lipstick trivia. If you were a
Mhm.
woman living in England, you were outright banned from wearing red lipstick by the 1700s. Continued. Okay. And we'll find it later. Oh, part 2.
Oh,
Red lipsticks were outlawed in England on the basis that women were using cosmetics as a tool to seduce men into marriage.
They must have been in politics, I bet, because
Yeah.
look what they're doing to us here now. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, you saw Jethro Tull?
He was
I
there all the time, wasn't he, Mary? Yeah, he was in town a lot.
79. Oh, yeah, I love Jethro
Yeah,
Tull. Locomotive
right?
Breath. Yeah.
Yeah. 1979. Amazing. Yeah. Yeah. I was a hanger on. I was, my sister was dating one of the guys that had something to do with the production company. And then we
Oh,
were friends with some of the photographers. So they would give us rides home and sit and have tea with my mom. And she would sit up till all hours giving him chamomile tea and talking to him.
I
It
love
was
that.
crazy.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it
Yeah.
was silly time,
Yeah.
right? Phyllis Diller was amazing, and it's interesting how these women had to come in and make themselves kind of
Yes.
unsexy almost, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Remember she talked
with
about
a
her
lot.
husband. His name was Fang. She used to
Bang.
say, yeah, I told Fang that I was gonna at
Yeah,
least that was what she said. I don't know if his real name was Fang. Yeah.
yeah, and the same thing with, who was the girl with the price tag? Minnie Pearl.
Minnie Pearl. That's
Minnie
right.
Pearl. Yes, ma'am.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Hear that.
Oh,
Hypnicity. All you people coming in.
Diana's watching, Dark Matter. Yeah.
Really good. Mm.
Yeah.
But the book is, of course, the book is always better. There's another one called Upgrade that he wrote, and it's really good too. And it's similar type of. You saw, I tell you, I
Oh.
couldn't hear for days after seeing. No, but it wasn't me. It was my son couldn't hear for 4 days after going to see Rage in the Machine. That was another thing I let him do when he was young.
Oh, Rage Machine, is that Florence in the Machine? Or it's different?
No, this is Rage in the Machine. It's like
Oh.
really loud, 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 angry music. Yeah.
Oh, my son loves that, and I actually love it because it reminds me of the rock people. It's like
Oh,
that boom, 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 boom. I
yeah,
like
like
that.
a heartbeat. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like a dragon. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
oh,
can
Sid Caesar. God, I forgot about him.
He had
And
his own show that he brought people on. Yeah. Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
Hartford
Jill,
Valley.
that's funny. I'm gonna
Hartford
tell you all a story about
Valley.
a Harper Valley widowed wife who
Yeah.
had a teenage daughter who attended Harper Valley Junior High.
Um, and Billy Joe Gentry, the night that Billy Joe Gentry,
Yes,
jumped off the Tallahatchie Bridge
they
or
have the
something like that.
bridge, right?
Yeah.
And then there's the one about the girl in Georgia that ends up killing her husband and his lover, and but the brother dies for her. I don't remember the name of it,
Oh,
but yeah,
wow.
yeah, it was a
Yeah.
fun song. Yeah.
One of my one of my oh, what are you
Charlie
reading?
Daniels came to your house? That's
What?
wonderful.
Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool,
Oh, I'm
Warrior Girl.
going back the
Yeah,
wrong way.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's Warrior
I love
Girl.
Charlie
Yeah.
Daniels.
Mhm.
I didn't see it. Um, Warrior Girl, Charlie Daniels, probably one of the best. He played guitar, right?
Mhm.
Did he play guitar or fiddle? I can't remember, but he was amazing. He
He
just
was? He's the one that
yeah.
actually isn't I think he's the one that did that The Night the Devil Went Down to Georgia. He
Run the
did that
bum bum
song.
boys,
That
run
yeah,
girls
yeah,
run. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. That was
yeah.
amazing. That
It was.
Southern rock back then was amazing, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So
Yep, for the night the lights went out in Georgia. That's right, T. Lynn, thank you. Yep.
that was beautiful. And
Mhm.
then there was, so one of my favorite songs growing up, and I must have been 8 or 9, was Last Kiss. Do you remember that?
Oh,
I was out on a ride in my daddy's car, hadn't driven but a mile not far.
yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah.
anyway, anything that was heartbreaking, I loved. Yeah.
I know.
Last
There was
Kiss.
another one that was, about a guy who, was supposed to show up at a prom with this girl, and he didn't, and she ends up killing herself.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Bobby Goldsboro? Was it Bobby Goldsboro? I can't remember
Oh
now.
my
Yeah,
god, I forgot all
yeah,
about
yeah,
him.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, where can my
My
baby be?
baby be, the Lord took him away from me. Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
there's so many
that's
good
right.
songs from the past. It's just amazing. Leader of the pack.
Oh, Mary, yes. That's hilarious.
It is.
Um, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Rage Against the Machine. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't I didn't know them,
I
Diane.
didn't go. I wasn't interested, but my son, and that was his big deal. So I always indulged my son. He was just a good kid, you know. Charlie enjoyed the harmony. Oh, did he?
I can
Wow.
see that. That was so popular back then, Warrior Girl, Here comes the sun. Bleh. Sorry.
Do 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 do.
Yeah, beautiful. My
Yep,
boyfriend's back. That was a great one. Yeah. There's so many good ones from back then, and
definitely.
a lot of them are heartbroken, and some of them are
Yeah.
pull you up. Signs everywhere, a sign.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
And Carolyn's here, so we can't forget the lime in the coconut.
Oh my
That.
god, right? Hey, Carolyn.
Do 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 do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Oh
Wow.
my gosh. Your parents had pics of him playing the fiddle and you in his lap.
Oh, oh, you
Yeah.
lost him in a house fire. I'm so
Oh,
sorry. That would have been wonderful.
what a beautiful
Oh,
memory.
yeah, Tiny Tim. Tiptoe through the tulips.
And Miss what was her name? Miss Kim? Miss somebody.
No, it was, Miss somebody. Miss Vicky. Miss
Miss
Vicky.
Vicky.
Miss
Yeah.
Vicky. Married Miss Vicky. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I wanna hold your hand. Yeah.
We could just do this on a show, and this would be a show.
Yeah. It is a show,
It
isn't it?
is. Oh,
Yeah.
yes, in itself, it is. Everybody loves to remember some TV shows, movies, people. Yeah, it's great. I love it. Makes me happy. Yeah.
Yeah. There were a lot of people that played music back then, right?
Yep.
And yeah, different types of 40s music. And do you remember when we used to go out, there were always older couples that could do all the dances. Like, they would be
Mhm.
twirling each other around, and it would be so easy, they could do it all night. They
Yep.
just so light fin and I feel like now everybody just kinda goes like this, you know?
Well,
Yeah, either you
what's
dance
just
by
like what he
yourself
does
or
anyway.
hug each other.
Yeah, Trump does all this BS with his hands. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my late husband was like Robert Plant. He kinda went like that and that.
Well, I think by the way,
He
Robert
was just a
Plant is
little
coming here with, Alison Krauss.
get out.
Yeah, and I
Oh,
just got 2 tickets actually to a thing called the Happy Together Tour. It's got the Cowsills, it's got, the Association. I don't know if the Turtles are part of it, but there's, like, 5 bands coming, to the Puyallup Fair, so I just got tickets to that because I wanted to see Chicago, but they're not coming back, but I thought that would be so much fun.
I
Yeah,
love Chicago. Chicago's amazing.
I know,
Yeah,
they're really fun. Yeah,
I got tickets to see Michael Franti again. Michael Franti and Spearhead, that's one of my favorite bands.
that's wonderful. Yeah,
But,
that's wonderful.
um, yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
then I got tickets to England, and I can't afford anything else. Like,
I
that's
get
it.
that. Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, that's cool, Harley. Yeah.
yeah.
David, I didn't know that she won
What?
27 Grammys. That's great. Yeah, I knew that they've been together, the 2 of them, yeah.
Wow. Oh, are they like a couple?
No,
Oh, okay.
they just sing together. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was watching, there was a Led Zeppelin, another documentary, and Robert Plant had lost his son when his son was 5 many years ago, and, it really changed his life, and, it's very good. I didn't know anything about him before they won that thing that I found with with that Heart sang.
Yeah.
That gives me the chills just like Freddie Mercury's, at Wembley. It just this whole that song does, and at the end when the choir comes in, if you haven't seen it, it's the Kennedy Awards for Led Zeppelin, and
Oh,
it's amazing. And then the guy that was in the band that died, there was a guy in the band that died. His son plays the drums, and that's what the guy played. So
that
his
is
son is in there.
wonderful.
I know. I get every time I think about it, I
Yeah.
get the chills. It's very good to see. You can find it on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Back then, because they came from before TV and had to make their own entertainment. That's why so many were musical. My parents actually met at a rural St. Patrick's Day dance in 53 or
Oh,
63.
wow.
53,
That's
I think.
cool. I love
That's
that.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, it did a hypnosis. Heart did make it made Robert Plant cry. Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Oh, you're pushing this now, warrior girl. You young thing.
Right? She's a baby. And
Oh,
Ness. Yeah.
oh, cool, Rossi. Yeah.
Oh, Heart did put Robert Plant to tears, didn't they? Yeah, I've seen them in concert too, and oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Crazy on you.
Oh,
Do. Yeah.
talk about vocals and a guitarist.
Yeah. But
Incredible
Nancy
guitarist.
Wilson really kills Stairway to Heaven. That's the song they sing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
and they're crying, and it's just like
They are.
the look on their faces.
Jimmy
Yeah,
Page was going, wow.
and they still have I liked it because they still had joy and wonder in their faces.
They did.
It
They
was like
did.
they still looked like a bunch of young,
Yeah. Well, they kind of were idiots or jerks, or I don't know how to say it. When they were kids, everything was, and now they've matured into these men that realize that they had their beauty of everything. It's a Bildungsroman for a group. It's a coming of age. Yeah. Yeah. That's
Diana's been in the mosh pit with Rage
Oh,
Against the Machine.
Diana.
My son bruised his knee in a mosh pit and dislocated his shoulder in a mosh pit. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
hardest
honey,
hearing them. Yeah, Nancy can play. Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk about an
Yeah.
amazing guitarist. Yeah. Well, Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, John
Yeah, she is.
Mellencamp.
She's going with her son. He's coming home and they're going to see and John Cougar Mellencamp. Like Little Pink Houses. Isn't that one of his? Little Pink and Jack and Diane, right?
Jack and Diane, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love them. Willie Nelson,
Oh, yeah.
his son, if you ever see him come to play, you can get a ticket for him, and it's like under $100,
Oh,
easily under 50. Lucas Nelson, amazing guitarist. He's incredible. He has not the same as his dad, but really incredible.
uh-huh.
Oh, Lori Saw,
Oh,
Floyd,
I
and
bet it was. Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Did they sing you can't get your pudding if you don't eat your meat?
Oh my God, I forgot all about that.
Oh my goodness, Hypnocity. You partied with Robert Palmer?
Oh, hypnicity. Well. Tell more. Tell more. Yeah. I
She
got to
might be.
party
Yes,
with
the
him.
drummer was John Bonham, and his son is Jason Bonham. Yes, that's
Oh,
the guy. Yeah, he died when Jason was a little boy, and it just really meant. And you can see Robert Plant at the end. He's like, pointing at him and telling him how he loves him.
that's why he did that. That something sad like that happened to Eric, what's the guitarist's name? Eric Clapton.
Oh,
His
yeah,
son fell off the,
that's right.
the balcony.
Oh, yeah, and isn't that the one here in heaven, or there's a song, he sang that song about his son. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he did. Oh, Lori, you're in Texas and have seen Willie more times than you could count at outdoor live events. I bet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Amazing. Amazing. Well, we've got time for a few
yeah.
questions.
Sure. Yeah, no, it's all right.
Sorry, everybody.
Thank
And
you, Whitney.
there haven't been that many that came in. Really just Craig and Ness.
Okay.
Have questions later. I would love a read on the next 7 days immediate energies.
Oh, Harley, Simply Irresistible is Robert Palmer. Robert Plant is a different guy, and he was in Led Zeppelin. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I always get them.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a new interview with Eric Clapton. Oops, I just lost our question from Ness.
Oh, well.
The
She
next
wants
7 days?
Yeah, for the next 7 days.
Yeah.
Okay. I got some new cards, Ness. They are called the Sacred Stone cards, and they're really kind of cool. So I'm going to pull some from there.
Okay.
Wow. All right. The first thing I get is scrying. Trust your visions, your intuition, and plant your seeds. I love that. You can scry in a mirror, you can scry in a crystal ball, but it doesn't really matter if you have anything or not. It's following what your visions say. So you could be the oracle, you could be the scry, the crystal ball. Okay. The next one is live the question. Curiosity, open your mind and live in it. And I think you do that every day. And I think it's asking you to do that for the next 7 at least. Keep curious. Finally, this is your soul mission, what you're doing. And look at all the people that it's going to affect. It's beautiful. It says here, you had a soul plan and your life purpose, and you are living it. Gosh, that's wonderful. All right.
Wow. That's amazing. And so when you were talking about that, I always keep my abalone dish.
Abalone shells.
Yeah. In here. And I like scrying with that sometimes too.
Okay.
So you're following divine law. You're following right now, Nez, your dharma. So kind of it's like what you were put here on earth to do. And look at her. She got the blue memo.
And yes, you did. You're in soul alignment. Wow.
Yeah, completely. This is your whole self. This is where you're supposed to be. You're like in it to win it. And then there's the alchemist. So when we work with alchemy or magic, we have to put in a physical part of it. So there's something with manifesting, whatever you're doing, that you have to get that physical part out. And I think you know what that is. And I like that there's almost like bars behind it, right? Like you've got to come out from beyond. Yeah, like the magician card.
Like the magician. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Just so you know, Sherry Laidler wants a reading, and it came after the Warrior Girl one, a couple down from that one. Just so you know.
Got it.
Yeah, I know you're going to be successful with it. You know that, girl. Just getting stronger and stronger.
Yeah, this is your dharma. This is what you're supposed to be doing. Okay, next, Craig. I don't know if this is a question or Aley. I had a reading with a local tarot reader, and Clara came through with recommendations and advice. Then she made me buy the reader and his wife lunch as a tip. Besides, I love to.
Oh, we love that, Craig. And that sounds just exactly like you, too. But I know Clara loved that, too. Oh, yeah. That's sweet. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You are so generous to everybody, Craig.
You very much
and,
are.
You know, that generosity, wanting to do the best you can for other people comes back 100-fold. So
absolutely.
That's beautiful.
Thanks for sharing that with us, Greg. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I love that. Okay. Love this. Warrior Girl, can we get a collective for the weekend?
Absolutely. Yeah.
They're bringing in some winds of change, Warrior Girl. Like, so if you're in an area, I know a lot of us have had a lot of wind and storm activity. Just keep an eye out. You don't have to be fearful of it, but just, be aware of what's coming in. Yeah. Drive. So be ready to take care of yourself. It's like the Chariot. Put some action into it. We'll see what the other cards say. Prosperity. So that's great. You guys are in it to win it.
Yep.
And new beginnings.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do feel like this is a golden age that we're entering right now. And we can look at like the weather and everything going on. But really, this is a golden age because everybody's get going up.
Yep, very true. So I pulled some cards, but I also pulled a charm out of because I have some charm casting charms, and I don't use them all the time. And I thought I would. So I got perfume, but I want to say it's the scent. And it's not like that movie with Al Pacino, The Scent of a Woman. It is more bringing in the idea to take in through your senses, your scent, the scent of what's for you. Take it in through the nose, take it in through the third eye, take it in through the crown chakra. So I got that. And then I got the sanctuary, harmony and balance, joy and contentment. So whatever it is you're doing, they want you to make sure that you stand in the sanctuary of love and that you're working with others, including the stones, including the angels. You also got to lay things down on the altar, soften, surrender, and forgive. It's always a good time to do that. Soften yourself, surrender to whatever it is, but love yourself as well and forgive yourself. And finally, here it comes, the gateway. There's the gateway. Open door, opportunities, and right timing. And that's exactly what Terry said. We're in a golden age and we're walking right into it. So beautiful.
I love that because it describes so well what everybody's been feeling
Going
like.
through. Yeah.
Yeah, to let go, and that letting go can be painful with,
It can be.
stomach ache.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Very
nice.
But sometimes it manifests itself physically.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, Sherry, could I also have a reading on my next 7 days?
Love you, warrior girl. Sure.
Oh, warrior girl.
Hi, bright, shiny Ray. It's good to see you too.
Hey, honey.
All right. So, Sherry, I got Blackbird Spirit. There's lots of happiness coming your way for the next 7 days. And I think that's because you're with your BFF. And you two girls are just going to have a great old time. You're going to enjoy it. You also got the Wood Nymph, which says to find the beauty in everything that you do and everywhere you go. And know that you are soaking up the beauty of the waters and the emotions. Finally, it says to choose your adventure. Make conscious discoveries because it's a good time to manifest what it is you want. And there's another gateway portal. So, make sure that get out there in the sunshine, put your feet in the grass and enjoy life. It's important to do that. The beginning of the summer is here.
Yeah, right.
You're sitting together now. That's good, Sherry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Message regarding career.
All right. Hi, Marby.
Hey, Marby, how are you?
Regarding career. Mm-hmm. Oh, really? Pouring out here. It's pouring.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It looks like we were going to get rain all day, but now it's the sun is shining.
Oh, I don't really care if it rains or not. It's just that sometimes I have like things outside that I haven't brought in. And
yeah.
All right. Given wings. It's what a beautiful picture of that butterfly. Goodness. All right. So I get here that right now you're in the middle of a double-edged sword, but a breakthrough should be coming for you. So, there's always good and bad when you get a double-edged sword. So hang on, because the breakthrough is on its way, and use your gentle strength and nourish yourself. If you have to, get a teddy bear. And I do that when I'm really depressed. I hug my teddy bear. Finally, it says, you are going to achieve some stability because you've had an unwavering dedication to this pursuit. So whatever you're pursuing, it's anchored in for you. So enjoy it. Take the time to enjoy what it is and do what you love. Yeah.
I love that. Growing wings, I get that. So I'm going to read the show. I'm going to see into it.
Okay.
Um, things may have been going round and round for some time. Like there might have been cycles, right? And we've all been going through that cycle.
Mhm.
So, and sometimes it looks like a cloud coming in, but then it clears and you keep going around. Um, you're blossoming. I don't know if you can see that in the center very well. But
Ooh.
there's like a big blossom in the center that's coming in that you've been working towards. And then I pulled you some cards. You get healing, star being healing. So this isn't just physical healing, but this is like the light codes that are coming in and healing your energy. And then you get the chamber of the violet flame. So Saint Germain, and that is always a healing area. It's also a great place to manifest. So
Mm.
karmic release, radical transformation.
Radical
And
transformation.
then you get the Anunnaki light codes, energetic shift, new
Mm.
information, and end of a cycle. So
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
whatever's been going round and round, boom, it's
Yep.
like you're just right where you need to be right now.
Uh-huh.
So letting go. And then we've got, I think, room. Do you have room for one more?
Sure.
Okay.
Room for one more, honey.
Um,
So many light codes. You're right. You're right.
yeah.
Mhm.
Bright shiny ray. We had storms this morning during meditation as well as lovely cool temps, though. Oh, okay. Well, then
Yeah.
that's it.
Okay. Wow.
Alrighty then.
That went really fast, but I enjoyed every moment of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
Well, everybody have a great afternoon, and thank you for being here again, Aley.
Oh, of course. I love it.
What do you have coming up next? Do you have like 3 shows tonight or
Well,
1 or 2?
I have a show with Jean on her channel. I'm simulcasting. We work together once a month. Sun Psychic Jean, and it's always a pleasure to work with her. And then I have a show with Valerie Bradshaw, Illumination Portal, at 6 o'clock. So
I love them both. I'm on with both
I
of them
know.
next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
great, great. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
wonderful
And
gals. Yep.
they really are, and when you're on with somebody like that, like you, it raises your vibration, the group raises the vibration, and
It does. Yep.
it's a great place to be.
It is a
So,
great place to be. And all these folks in the chat bring it up
yeah,
as well. Yeah, every single one
yeah,
of them. Thank you, everybody.
yeah, yeah. All right. Well, thanks everybody for being here, and we'll see you all later, and thank you moderators in
Yes,
particular.
thank you.